does innovation mean to you?
Create something new.
Listen, man, I love participation. I'm not a hypothetical person, so when I talk, y'all gotta talk back to me. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, listen, there we go, you with it. One of the things that I did, I created a book. We're gonna talk about some of the things that I created, right? One of the things I created was a resource called Safe Circles. I'm big on restorative circles. Anybody big on restorative practices? Yeah. I created this book that is restorative circle prompts. And I know you still in school, but my young brother, I'm going to bless you with that. And we definitely going to stay connected as well. So when I ask questions, it's all back to you because it might be some good things in the work. You got another mic for me? Would have been good if I turned it on. I was ready to go.
You was going.
Yeah, we just dropped it right back in. I'm messing with you. Okay, we got a good time at work that we do as well. Any other responses? What does innovation mean to you?
New idea and practice.
Or new beliefs?
And ideas.
New beliefs and ideas?
New ideas and practice.
New ideas and practice? New ideas, beliefs, new ideas and practice.
I feel like it's pushing people beyond what they think that they can do.
Pushing people beyond. Yeah.
Create something new out of something old.
You see my slides?
That's what it needs to be.
Okay, let's hold on to that. Let's hold on to that. Yes.
Exposure.
The exposure.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about it.
When innovation comes, you're exposing people to some new information, or you enlighten them. You're connecting the dots.
Okay. I like that. Yes, ma'am.
I want to use a simplified word that our kids can relate to. Is fresh.
Fresh. All right. So innovation is fresh. Innovation is about ideas. It's about beliefs. It's about creativity. It's about tradition, progress. Let's keep rocking and rolling. I'm going to give y'all what I think innovation is. Right? I'm going to give several things that I've seen, several things that I've experienced as well. But I want to share a story. I love stories with y'all. And some of the work that I did, we went through the same process of defining, getting the textbook definitions, and then they dropped this story. You know, this story just shifted the way how I perceive innovation. And it was an approach to solving problems. So in this space, when we're talking about innovation, especially for Black youth, we have to look at what is the problem, what is the solution, and how can we be solution-oriented? How can we recognize and respond to a need, solve something, and then move it towards action? And that involves ideas, creativity, beliefs, all of those things. Y'all with me?
Yes.
And so in this story, there was a problem. Man, one of the most important things that we can do is develop the right questions. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, right? Because what if you solve a problem, but you solve a problem with the wrong question? Y'all get what I'm saying? So one of the first things we have to do is understand the needs of people, understand their experiences, and understand what the problem is. And this story, I want you all to conceptualize the problem. And it's in a business office. And this group of people are busy. Let's think of Manhattan, right? Or what's the busy space here in Durham? Downtown, I-40, right? So you get off I-40, you go downtown. I don't know if that's the right. Y'all, man, I know it's Bull City, right? If you're down there right there, Bull City. Let's say it's super busy, right? And you pull up, man, you finally get through traffic, you go into this busy building, and you work at the 45th floor of this busy office building. And it's always a 20-minute wait to get on the elevator. How would y'all solve that problem of an extremely long wait?
I see what time that wait was occurring, and I go at another time.
But he just said I-40 is always busy. So you leaving an hour early, but you caught in traffic. But that's, listen, hey, this is
That might
problem
be
solving.
my first thought.
That's your first thought, and we getting ideas outside your head.
Create a virtual 45th floor.
Create a virtual, yeah. See, we learned a lot from the pandemic. Create a virtual. There we go. Let's start on today. I like that one. Now you're thinking. Yes.
Stairs.
The step.
I'm not.
Never took it.
You walk in
Bless
45 flights.
I'm tired.
The day gonna be gone.
It's a choice. Choice is there.
That's that. But also, right, because we're solving a problem, we have to think accessibility. We have to think. There are people who might be in wheelchairs, there might be. Anyways, we're thinking, we're throwing ideas out. I saw a hand over here.
I was thinking, what time do I get off to get on 40? So if I can give myself like a 20-minute grace period before the traffic, it's like going to work in the morning. Sometimes it's just like 5 minutes. I'm 5 minutes late leaving. That's like longer than the time it would take me. So it would be depending on what time I get up to work or what time I have to leave. I guess
Okay.
I calculate the time.
Okay, cool. So what we're doing, we're ideating possible solutions to a problem. And this was a real scenario. So what happened in this situation was a team of designers and engineers came together. They worked on the spacing, they looked at the elevator, they figured out that the elevator was moving too slow. So they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to speed the elevator up so that it went up faster, came down faster, could move people quicker. But that was not the answer. It solved the answer, but it wasn't the right answer, y'all. So guess what else they did? Because what happened, people were still congregating and it didn't solve the problem. People were still frustrated, people were still angry, I still have to wait, and hundreds of thousands of dollars later, people are still unhappy. So we have to think outside of the box. And so what happened there was very simple. It was very basic. And one of the things I want to stress to you all is that innovation does not have to be complex. Innovation does not have to cost hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Sometimes it's simple solutions. We find these solutions by talking with people. And so another team, they brought in another team of consultants and experts, and they, guess what they did this time? They talked to the people congregated on that first floor. And guess what they did? They said, it's not that the elevator is too fast or too slow. It's not that this thing or that thing. Really what it is we just want to make sure that our employers understand what's happening. They wanted people to be understanding of the situation. And so they said, what are some solutions for the people who are experiencing the problem? And guess what they came up with?
What?
Here's the answer that they came up with. They added mirrors to the elevator. They added mirrors. They added mirrors because they said when people look at themselves, it passes time. It made them feel good about themselves. So they get there, they're waiting, they're checking themselves out. Before they get on the elevator, before they know it's their time to go up. They took surveys, satisfaction was through the roof. They simply went out and purchased a mirror. Who would have thought of that? Right? Yeah, and they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, fix, engineer, all of that stuff. But the answer, the solution was simple. And they got the solution by doing what?
Asking questions.
Asking questions to the right people. And so, y'all, as we think about innovation, we have to think, are we answering the right question for the right people by talking to the right people, y'all? And in the work that I've done, we have to talk to the students, to the young people. We have to talk to the people in the community. We have to talk to the people on the ground level. And when we can do those things, we can understand the problem and then do something about it. That's the